I think. Depends on where you are, I suppose. Hello, my name is LadyStarbird. We are playing the Phantasy Star 4 Profound Disorder Randomizer, as it so conveniently says on your screen. So this is a randomizer. It's about 2 years in the making to get to this point, a little over, especially if you consider my... I'll answer these questions at another time. We have a list of objectives coming up. I need to beat these 8 objectives in order to open the final dungeon and finish the game. So, with that being said, before I actually start, I'm going to actually do a quick reset. Because RNG, even though RNG calculates on a per frame basis. Yeah. Oh yeah. So the opening randomizes too. So with great power comes great electric bill. So never forget that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. I actually gotta take a drink real quick first. I apologize. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to give us a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So, this is the team I'm starting out with. I have Grizz, Rika, Kira, Chaz, and Demi. That was as voted on. We did have a tie for last place, and I chose Demi because Demi gets a lot of flack in the community, and I don't understand why. Telepipe, I may take a couple of those. So, we start off in the middle of nowhere. The only item in our inventory is actually the hydrofoil and the telepipes I just bought. The hydrofoil will let us go fast and cross any water. First thing I want to do is actually check abilities. Grizz has Warcry, Rika has Disrupt and Gra, Kira has Xan. Okay, Kira's got a really good skill first slot, so she's going to have a lot of charge of one of the best skills in the game. Xan and Astral, and Demi's going to have Recover. So I don't have an escape pipe. I have some telepipes, which is good for starters. I'm just checking shops right now because I may need to come back to here later. These are buff items, which that is actually good to know. I can get a Swift Helm later. I just don't have any money right now. Okay, so here's Laconia, in case I do need some good armor. And we got Raja jokes. So we have a joke item in the game, and there's like 90 different possibilities it can be. It's basically the Pengu feed from the original game. What happens is the randomizer is only going to pull from the database items that you can actually use in your party. So you notice I don't have Raja or Rune in my party, so we're not going to get... I can't say we're not going to get any staffs, but staffs are magical items, so we'll probably still get them. But there's pretty much no piece of gear we're not going to get in this run. Except suits. We're not going to get suits. But I am checking for armor right now. And weapons as well, because your team starts at level 1. Everybody starts at level 1. And at the most bare bones equipment that you can find. So I'm going to do my best as we go along to explain things. There's a lot that's going to be happening. This particular flag set removed the insta-kill ability of all bosses, so I can't just use insta-kill abilities. Some bosses can be killed instantly, but without that flag, you cannot kill them, and nor will you learn any ability that gives you insta-kill. So, we got a Dragon's Tear. So, the Dragon's Tear, for anyone who's played Final Fantasy IV or just Free Enterprise in general, the Dragon's Tear is actually a new item that was added into this randomizer. It's a trade item. You can trade it at various locations for pieces of armor. The strongest pieces of armor in the game, actually. Okay, we do need a few. So I'm going to grab a few escape pipes. And I ran out. That happens. Because I don't have anybody with a technique that can let me escape from dungeons, I actually need to buy some escape pipes. Techniques and skills are randomized in this particular seed, so we're going with it. So I'm going into Wreckage right now. You may notice I'm actually walking pretty far without any encounters. Well, that's because encounters are completely disabled. If you want to get into a random encounter, there is actually an item called the Magic Lamp. And using that in a dungeon or in the overworld will force an encounter. It's basically the alarm item. And Magic Lamp you can use as many times as you want. I have been trying to get it single use, but I'm going to tell you, assembly, especially a 68K, is very finicky to work with. So I haven't figured that out without the game calling me a dummy. That has happened a few times. I literally try and do something and the game calls me dummy. So I do see some people from the community coming along so they can help answer questions. If you have a question you'd like to ask me directly and I don't see it in chat, you can use the hashtag. Oh, nice. I'm sorry. You can use the hashtag AskLady with a donation, and I will hear it and answer it. Well, I will try to anyway.
Speaking of donations, could I read you a quick one?
Absolutely.
Nice. We have Fresh Feeling with $100 saying, "Hey LadyStarbird, I really liked your offering earlier this week and I'm looking forward to seeing how the salami-related tech translates over to this other lesser game. Can we be friends? Good luck."
Thanks, Fresh Feeling. Yeah, well, there is a salami in this game, and there's also, the Alpha book also exists in this game, if you can actually believe it. So, what I'm doing is a couple of key item checks. I'm checking some easy spots for some items. Wreckage, even though it wasn't... where am I going? I'm going here to get the teleport point. The Wreckage, even though it wasn't an incentive, it did have a key item check, and the item that it gave me was the Victor Axe. That is a new item in the game as well. It's actually Grizz's best weapon, so to have that right off the bat, and to have him have Warcry is insanely good. Grizz is going to be hitting like a truck. So there I got the Rycross ring. The Rycross ring is actually going to be extremely helpful for Demi. Demi actually has a weakness to lightning. So, Flamesword Thunder. Okay, so I got some Thunder stuff there if I need to grind. I'm trying to look for a Magic Lamp right now. Not gonna happen at this moment. I gotta think of where I want to go from here. A couple more free checks probably. I just realized I could really... Tono's right here. Let's go do Tono. Everyone hates doing Tono. I love Tono. It's probably the slower of the things, but, we at least get to hear some cool music out of it. I'm going to ignore the chests here. I'll get the ones probably in the basement. But while I'm walking through, if there's any more donations, feel free.
Yes, we do have more donations. We actually have a $25 donation from Fish and Chips saying L8G plus, let's go! We also have Liquid Schwartz with $25 saying, let's get Priscilla that birthday present. Shout out to all the runners and Malala Fund for all they do. Yeah, in case you don't know, we have an incentive for Priscilla the Pig to get a birthday present. We need 1,000, so yeah, good reminder of that 102 donations incentive.
Awesome, thank you all for your support for the Malala Fund. So I'm in Tono right now, and I'm doing this again, good lord, I'm forgetting which stall actually has the equipment. So you got nothing. So again, I'm looking for key items. The hunt menu here actually has the objectives that I need to do, and they will check off as I complete them. So I actually need 4 key items. I need the Ice Digger in order to talk to Meow and to do Garubrik Tower. I also need the Eclipse Torch to do Garubrik Tower. I need the Psycho Wand in order to open Nervous, and I need the Alcidian, which is Chaz's best weapon, in order to open up Anger Tower. You may wonder how I'm going to rescue Demi if Demi's in my party. You'll see. I got a Laconia Axe from Grandfather Doran, but it's just basically going to be sold at this point. The Victor Axe is much more powerful, and you also notice, hey, you don't have to do anything to open up this dungeon. The Frost Axe, good lord, Grizz is getting all the weapons. Everyone's like, I wish we were strong enough and cool enough to use an axe, but no, everyone else has weaker weapons, including including guns, which Demi has, which, by the way, shoutouts to Demi's little walk. Everyone else takes one step, and Demi's like, wait for me, I has little legs. Demi is the Lalafell of this game. I love it. So, there's a Swift Helm, so that's actually really good. Swift Helm, much like in vanilla version, will cast Sanner, which is an agility increase item. Unlike in vanilla, this now targets everybody. So the buff items are a bit better because sometimes you're just going to get into a seed and actually not have the buff abilities you need. So the items itself, early game, they're great. They fade in power later on in the game, but they could still be very important. So there is a key item check in here. It's actually in vanilla, it'd be where the Alshaline is, but it could be something completely different. So let's go ahead and see what is in here. And it's a photon eraser, so that is Demi's best weapon. And I got a Laconia Claw to match. And I'm glad I actually picked up that extra telepipe because I did not want to walk a shame over to out of this area because it's actually completely surrounded. You cannot use the hydrofoil. So one thing to note about key item, or excuse me, legendary weapons. That's where I was going with this. Legendary weapons all have the light element to them, so they've been adjusted to have the light element. Every monster in this game, none of them have resistances to light. So this, and a lot of bosses actually are weak to it. So the Victorax and the Photon Eraser have the same element as the Alcidian, the Silver Tusk, the Cycle one. And it will make fights a bit easier, especially having them this early on. And there's another Dragon's Tears. So I got 2 Dragon's Tears right now. I'm in Kaderi. I could actually turn in one of them. So, again, if you've played Free Enterprise and you know about Rat Tail, I think the item is. It's been a while since I've played it anyway. So basically, this is something I added in. I talked to her. I'm going to get a guard robe. She only gives guard robes. There's actually other locations that give other pieces of gear. But guard robe is Kira's best armor. So she's going to be pretty defensive right off the bat. And you also notice, hey, the spaceport's open. We have free range to everything. So let's go ahead and check Zealand real quick and get the item from there. And if we have any more donations, feel free.
Yes, of course. We got $25 from Anonymous, no message, but thank you nonetheless. And $25 as well from Rainy of SOTN, saying, got a sport, always looking for more rhythm. And yeah, we have incentives related to rhythm. We have the Night Starlight Encore performance. We still have some ways to go, but we're getting there. And the D4 DJ Groovy Mix Hidden Song performance. Ooh, that sounds like fun, doesn't it? So definitely check out those incentives.
Absolutely. And so I've got 3 Dragon's Tears already. There are 5 in the game. So the fact that I've got 3 already means that I'm going to have a lot of good armor for starters. It's just now going to depend on what pieces of armor I'm going to want afterwards. And of course now we're in Rycross, so all of the planets are also available to you. The only place that is not available from the start is actually the Air Castle. You actually need the Aeroprism in order to get to the Air Castle. But everywhere else, if you can fly to it in game, you can fly to it now without any hesitation. So I've finished off Silence Temple, just some free checks. I got what's known as a crystal. A crystal is another add-in item. What it does is it basically, when you use it in battle, it removes all buffs from every enemy on the screen. So, if you don't have the Psycho Wand, but you see Zeo is a boss that you cannot defeat without removing his magic barrier. The crystal will do that, so if you don't have the Psycho Wand, you can easily just get that and use it. I have to consider whether I don't think I need to check any more armor shops right now. I have 3 Dragon's Tears. I know where Laconia is. So, as far as armor shops go, I think I'm okay. Weapons-wise, I know I'm going to be getting the Alcidian later because I need to finish Anger Tower. Kira is going to be quite defensive because I'm not going to need to actually have her do anything physical. Because she does have Legion. Legion's a very powerful skill. It's, again, one of the most powerful ones in the game. Now, not everybody can actually learn skills. Every technique is available to, and there's the ice sticker, so I can actually wrap up Dezoris for the most part right now. So let's go. We got the ice truck. And I just realized my inventory is almost full. I probably should go to a store and sell some stuff. So, and again, I will probably call it off to donations every now and then, because there's a lot of walking, especially in the early parts of the game. So if you have anything, by all means, go for it.
Yes, actually, instead, I would like to point out that we have some very fun incentives that I haven't mentioned before. I know I just talked about the written ones.
So I'm going to go ahead and just equip a few things here, make sure everybody's got something anyway.
Oh, I'm so sorry, I was muted. No!
That's okay. Go for it. This is fine.
I was just saying that we got some fun incentives. I just talked about some, and we have this Blood Rain 2 incentive, bid war actually, to choose the outfit, and we have some options. We have goth, schoolgirl, and cowgirl. So if you have a preference, then maybe consider donating towards that bid war. I know that I'm a big fan of goth. I don't know about you, but
it's a very good style.
Yeah.
So nothing fancy going on right now. I'm just clearing out some room in my inventory. My team's almost ready to go, I would say. I would like to have another claw on Rika. At the moment, I would love to find a silver tusk, but I'll hold on to the silver helm right now. So I did gear everybody up, and early part of the game should be a bit easier now, depending on what boss I find. I may want to actually, and this is the thing about randomizers in general, routing. Routing is so much fun. I hope I did not just sell a telepipe. I was not paying attention. Not a big deal if I did, but I just need to make sure I have a couple. I got 3 escape pipes. 1, 2. That should get me at least through most of Dezoris, and that should. There's a 4th escape pipe, so I just had to count in my head real quick. No, I can't sell this hydrofoil. That'd be bad. Okay, you had nothing. There was nothing in armor I need. So there's a couple items I'm actually still looking for, which is why I'm still checking item shops as well. Where this particular seed has no insta-kills. Another, wow, power. Ooh, power shield. I do need a laser barrier just in case. And a power shield. I'll hold off on it. So, laser barrier is an item that actually casts barrier in-game. Barrier is very, very important if you want to go fast in this game, because it reduces how much magical damage you take. And a lot of bosses deal a ton of damage, especially magical damage, and magical defense is the only way to get around it. And if you're in a seed where nobody learns barrier, or the new technique, which was not in game, that I programmed in called Sashu, both of those will mitigate magical damage. But if you don't have anybody learn it, if you didn't have the item, then you would be like, you'd have to grind a bit more. And, no one wants to grind more than they have to. You got the Algo rank. Okay, this is fine. Bye, cat. And I just talked to Meow. That's one of the objectives. That is the very big cat. Oh, and I also did Hanger, I believe. I think that was one of my objectives. Unfortunately, I cannot check in while in Dezoris or Dezolis. It depends on what pronunciation of the game you're in. I always call Dezoris because I was big in Phantasy Star 1. And that was how it was pronounced there, or spelled. In this, it's pronounced Dezolis, however you want to. But there's a bug that I have not been able to figure out. That if you try to open the hunt menu in the game while you're outside on Dezolis, the game will crash. That's actually not an issue now, but because I actually had to do something where you actually cannot open the hunt menu while you're on that planet outside now. And that was the only way I could work around it, because, assembly, that's just going to be a thing that you have to deal with. I can actually look at it here, so I did finish Hanger and I talked to Meow. Nothing else I can really do here, but I am going to try and get a few key item checks, because again, I am looking for the Psycho Wand, I am looking for the Eclipse Torch, and I am also looking for... I don't remember what else I said I was looking for. I am also looking for the Alcidian. So you may notice we actually got into Esper Mansion rather easy, no real issues. Yeah, I removed the guards, they're not there. So you can actually just walk into this cave. This is another incentivized check. We'll see what the statue has, and the statue has the Silver Tusk, which is Rika's best weapon, another legendary, and so pretty good right off the bat. We are actually getting pretty geared to the teeth. Hopefully not be too much of an issue with... Okay, I got 2 telepipes. I should be fine to finish off the free checks here. Once I get all the checks done, I can start actually looking towards doing some of the bosses, getting some experience. I'm also still trying to find a magic lamp. And I was just in these. Why did I not check these? The things I do. I'll check Jet, and we'll see. While I'm doing these checks, any more donations at all?
Yes! We do have more donations. I almost didn't mute myself again. We have...
Alright.
Yeah, we have non-binary code, and by the way, the O is a 0, and the I is a 1, so very nice name.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
They donated $13 saying, lucky number 13 for the golf outfit. Just seems fitting. I agree.
Alright, I'm just checking out some weapon shops as well, because there is actually... You know, I'm the one that created this. I don't remember that there's a possibility I can get a guard rod in either of those. I'm doing it today with my brain. Not working. So the reason my brain's not working, let me get into that real quick. So I've actually had to take some allergy medication before the stream today, so I'm sorry I'm a little groggy at the moment. The last 2 days I've actually been sneezing rather horribly. And so I was like, I can't be sneezing on stream. So I took some allergy medication, and I'm like, yeah, this is fine. MTI, I'm going to say Silver Tusk is the best weapon, even in vanilla. The reason being is, even though it has lesser stats than a few of Rika's other claws, it has the light element in vanilla. And there's the Alshleen, so that's one of the objective items to get is the Alshleen, which is the little potion on the lower right-hand side of the tracker. What the Alshleen will do will let me open up Zima and actually go into that dungeon as well. I do not need to be in Tyler. I've already done the hangar. Let's go. So we're done here. We're going to go back to Matavia and do a few more checks. I'm trying to think of whether I should go to Zima or I still need to get a magic lamp. I'm kind of lonesome without it right now. And of course, everyone's still level 1, so this makes things even more fun. But the thing is, I may not even need the magic lamp. I don't have a snow crown though. All right, so towns, they're stone. That's what this medicine's for. This is the Alshleen. If you remember Phantasy Star 4 or 1, you need it in order to turn stone back into flesh. It removes the stone curse that beings of darkness like to have. I'm getting all the magical item shops. It's like it's telling me it wants me to go do a Valhalla grind, but I don't have a magic lamp. I need a magic lamp if I'm going to do a Valhalla grind. What a Valhalla grind is one of our best runners, Apple Lady. He came up with a really simple strategy to get a lot of experience really fast using the magic lamp. And there's an enemy called the Vorpal Sphere that resides in a late game dungeon called Valhalla Fort. The Vorpal Sphere will not attack. They will only attack if you actually physically attack it. So if you use skills or try and kill it instantly, you can basically just keep damaging it and it will not do anything. And they're worth a lot of experience. The problem is it's also a big reset point, so you have to, speaking of reset, probably not just make a safety save. Oh, by the way, you can save anywhere now. Hooray! I don't know why I'm checking this chest, it's just a knife. So, yeah, you can get a lot of experience. However, you're not guaranteed to get a Vorpal Sphere if you use the magic lamp at that spot. So if you're at level 1 and this is like a level 30 dungeon, you're gonna end up dying. So you see something different and you're just gonna end up resetting. Oh, this game hates me already. I got Raja jokes. There's the gag item. I got 1, 2, 3 escape pipes. I'm calculating how much I have. Oh, pipes 1. I think I got 2. Go ahead and go to Krupp. I'm actually gonna go ahead and get some armor. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna pet the dog. So everyone loves pet the dog, right? So we have a dragon's tier. We have a dog here. We pet the dog. He's gonna give us a guard armor. I even though I programmed this, don't ask me for my. Don't ask me to try and figure any of this out. So he's one of the. Rocky the dog is one of the NPCs you can talk to with a dragon's tier to get of armor. And he just so happens to have the guard armor, which is Demi's best piece of gear. We got one more dragon's tier. I'm gonna actually go, if I can drive straight. We're gonna go ahead and go to Turinco and get a guard mail. I probably should have come here later if I get more dragon's tiers, but I at least want to gear up Rika right now because she's pretty squishy at the moment. Actually, Chaz is a little more squishy now that I think of it. They both can actually use the guard mail. Talk to the sick kid, gives you guard mail. He's not going to give you a net today. He will give a guard mail. And the best thing is, if I actually had more dragon's tiers, I easily could get as many pieces of that gear as I want. So you can see that's actually pretty good for her. Chaz only has carbon as well. This is actually tricky. Who do I want to give it to? Let's give you back Swift Helm. You do have a flame sword. Yeah, let's give it to Rika for now. Okay, I think like just go through things. You got a guard armor now. No, you got the right cross ring. We're keeping with that. All right, so I'm going to actually now go ahead and try to go to my first boss to get a little bit of experience and try to also, if I can actually drive straight. Hello, where am I? I am not where I want to be. Oh, the advantages are going this direction. So, yeah, while I'm walking through this dungeon, if you have anything quick to say, that'd be great.
Oh yes, we actually have another donation by a non-binary code. Again, very good name with the 0 and the 1. $5 saying, I'm too tired to think of any clever, or let's be honest, not so clever jokes. So, if a $5 train goes by, throw this aboard. Yeah, ticket to the $5 train, nice.
$5 trains are awesome, I love them. Alright, so we're going to actually go to the first boss here. I'm going to order my party a little bit based on defense. And gonna hope that this boss is not going to hate me. Okay, Snow Slug isn't bad. And it's only got 300... Excuse me, it only has 300 HP, so I should be fine to just kill it in a couple shots. Like that. And that should be enough to give everybody up to level 3. And I did see someone has Highness, and we got the Plate Key. So the Plate Key is another key item, and it's the key on the tracker that has the P next to it. I'm sorry, that's probably the worst way I could describe it, but that's all that's coming in my head right now. Alright, so what I can do from here, I'm going to take a peek at the Mile boss. So bosses are randomized, and that was a minor boss. So basically, the best way to describe it is, I probably should heal first. The best way to describe the bosses is they will have a random enemy based on a certain number. I got like 20 some odd minor bosses that it could be in any location, but their stats scale based on where they are. So we go here. This normally is a sandworm. However, this is a boss I don't want to see right now. No. So, their stats scale. And based on what normally is there in vanilla. That normally is the sandworm, so it has high strength. It's got like 1400 HP. And now I am trying to figure out what I need. I think plate system's probably going to be my next spot right now. I should start looking at item shops again. Wait, I already looked at you. What am I doing? So, I will go to plate system. So I got the plate key. This is now open. If you don't have the plate key, it's not going to be open. That's what keys do, after all, you know. Yeah, as soon as I saw triple servants, I doped out. That is not a... yeah, Cap, this is actually a seed where I turned off insta-deaths. So, there are no insta-death abilities for me, and no bosses cannot be killed by anything insta-death. So this will be a little tricky, but at least it'll implement more of the battle strategies as well. Plate system actually has quite a few treasures here, but we only need to actually just interact with the panel. I will probably take a look to see if I can get some more money. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I did turn on the flag to sell. So all items now sell, instead of at 50%, they sell for 25%. A bit of a challenge. So I'm going to end up getting less money, unless I get a lot of chests that, give me money. That being said, what do we got here? And there's the Arrow Prism. So I can go to Air Castle. You didn't have it. Had it. You got it. All right, we'll go ahead and do that. So now I actually have to think. I have access to all the towns, so the magic lamp should be in one of these towns. While I'm searching for this mysterious lamp, you got any donations or anything? That would be a good time as well.
Actually, I would like to remind everyone of where the donations are going towards. It's going towards Malala Fund. Malala Fund's working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. With more than 130 million girls out of school today, Malala Fund partners with education advocates and activists who are breaking down barriers that hold girls back.
Awesome. Yes, any support for the Malala Fund, I swear I can speak today, is greatly appreciated. I'm still looking. I did have a shop where a magic lamp could appear, but it did not have a magic lamp. So I guess this is actually a good segue into what the joke item's for. Because you actually only will get items that your party can use, shops actually have certain number of slots that they have to fill. So if you cannot fill those slots, what happens is the joke item is a kind of a filler item. And I'm just trying to think. Yeah, triple. I didn't see a snow crown either. I'm just trying to think. This actually could be very tricky. I'm just sailing now. Trying to get any other. I haven't checked Piata. I haven't checked. There's Valhalla. I'm sorry. I'm running through some cases in my head where I need to check for this lamp, because I do need to grind a little bit. Actually, you know what? Let's try something. Well, okay. I'm here now. I might as well check the item shop. This is what happens. Also, when I haven't practiced in a while. Yeah, soul dues. It's fine. I think actually if I can get... Okay, I have an idea. Trust me on this, I have an idea. And you watch, I'm going to get magic lamp like right in mile, but I'm actually going to go get armor. So, as much as I hate those servants, if everyone has guard or Laconia, which I think Laconia was here. There. Oh, I can only get one. Alright, so I really gotta think now of how I'm gonna do this. Let's give it to Grizz. And let's sell some stuff again. Maybe I can actually get enough. Titanium dagger. So yeah, I'm gonna be selling again. So, get anything? I know, I'm coming to you often. You're bailing me out today. Unfortunately, I cannot sell the Raja jokes. I think I can eat it, though. Now that I remember, I did see somebody actually eat the jokes. I'm actually going to keep Kira with no weapon, because she's got Legion, so she's actually going to have a lot of charge with Silver Rod, because that actually heals. And So, Chaz, you're destined to be weak. I'm sorry, Bob. You are destined to be very weak. I don't even think I saw any Snow Crown. Okay, actually, that's actually really good. Snow Crown. So Snow Crown casts the ban, which is the defense up buff. So I believe as long as I have this, let's give this to Rika. And she's still going to be my fastest. Let's go ahead and try and the Mile Ranch is one of my objectives anyway, so I do need to finish it. Level 3, I should be okay. They're just going to hit really hard. And the reason I picked up that Silver Rod is for healing purposes. So let's see, we got Phone On and Recover. Let's go Phone On. You're going to War Cry. You're going to Snow Crown. You are going to Handle. And you are going to Swift Helm. And here comes Death. Well, Chaz is going to die here pretty soon unless I can actually get this. So all three of them actually have the Sandworm stats right now. And all their attacks actually scale with Strength. However, I do have the Snow Crown. So the Snow Crown is actually going to be a huge defense buff. So I actually should be okay. You are going to Disrupt, you're going to Legion, and you're going to actually use that Silver Rod that I got. So as long as everybody can hit, because Grizz is known for swinging missing. I do not have Vision, so... And also, this is the only boss that actually has on-screen lag. Yes. So basically, the Snow Crown is the Male Shield, just repurposed because, well, I didn't think it would have something referencing Phantasy Star 2 because it's such a great game. Yeah, so some of the items have been added in or reworked, and the Snow Crown is basically the Male Shield, but it affects everybody. And because these enemies are actually mechanical, they actually do have... They're not weak to the light element, but they don't take any extra damage from it. So basically at level 3, this is not a good spot to be in, but they'll give me a ton of experience, and that will probably boost me... It'll probably boost everybody up to level... I'm going to say probably 13. Yeah, so there's unfortunately nothing I can do about the lag here. Until you kill one of them. And so we got a bunch of level ups. So the amount of experience required to level up is actually flat throughout all of the through all characters. So basically, it is Rika's experience curve from the original game, but at 1/5. So you only need 1/5 the experience to level up. So look at that, another Dragon's Tear. I'm glad I did not buy that last Laconia armor. So that is the Mile Ranch incentive. I'm actually going to go ahead and use that Dragon's Tear because Chaz needs armor, and everyone's going to have their best armor in the game, so I shouldn't need to check for armor anymore. I have the buff items that I need. I know where I can get a power shield if I need it. I actually may not need the magic lamp. I was frenzying trying to find it when I probably don't even need it. And there's one guard mail. Let's give it to Chaz, and we're going to go ahead. I believe I saw somebody have Highness and Res. Got both of them, so actually I can easily just telepipe. We're going to go to Kaderi. So we're going to actually go ahead and rescue Demi next. Again, this is where you were asking, but Aerie, I'm Aerie by the way, how can we rescue Demi if she's already in our party? Well, again, I did say earlier, I would explain how that's possible, and I'm not a liar. I will explain how that's possible right after these words from our sponsors. If you have any donations, now's a good time while I'm walking.
Oh yes, I was just looking and I was like, wow, everyone donating $25. I wonder why we have Steven with $25, we have Pete with $25, Mechalink with $25. Everyone just chose the same value to donate, and then I looked at the prizes and now I get it. We have that Nintendo Switch with Pokemon Arceus bundle for minimal donation $25, so they are all very smart because that's such a great prize. And we have so many great prizes. Have you all checked out? I was looking at the Angry Pikachu cross stitch. I was doing right in front of me on my desk. I have a bunch of cross stitch things because I was actually cross stitching a shiny Kyogre for my dad because it's one of his favorite Pokemons, and you can actually name a Kyogre potentially. We have this Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire named the Kyogre or Groudon incentive open. No one has bid yet, so you could just name that Kyogre / Groudon if you wanted. Check out those incentives, they are so fun. That was transition from transition. I'm sorry it took too long.
That's quite all right. So we're facing this boss right now. He's only got single target attack, so I'm not too worried about it. I did throw out Snow Crown. I don't really need Barrier because both of his attacks are actually scale off of that. Grizz has Miracle, not what I want to see really, but I like Miracle. I just don't think I like it on Grizz. So everybody else is just, this actually shouldn't be that difficult. Chaz, you are probably the weakest link right now, so we're going to have you on healing duty. Everything's single target here. I have enough HP. I'm actually at level 17. I thought I was going to be 13 levels. I actually gained 14. And there's a swing and a miss. So, at least it wasn't on me. Chaz will have you attack now. So, Juza stats, and the Juza that is normally in vanilla has a higher mental stat, lower strength. This boss does not scale well in that one, so this was actually an easy fight. So we're going to go ahead and rescue Demi now. Demi, meet yourself. And there's the Moon Slasher. So the Moon Slasher is actually Kira's best weapon. And with that being said, I now can heal here, and I have to think about where I need to go next. Really go anywhere. I think Ladea Tower is probably going to be my next stop. So let's go ahead and go to Ladea Tower. I probably actually should have teleported because I do have Ryuka, but I am forgetful. That happens a lot. And, oh, by the way, jam time. I'm just going to be quiet and jam out to the music for a little bit because the music in this game is top. Okay, that's enough being quiet. I can't stay shut up. I can't stay shut for that long. I am bad at that. I'll try and look at chat at the same time. Yeah, Juza in vanilla, if you weren't prepared for him, he definitely could wreck you. That particular spot at that level, that boss being there, not really dangerous. We are going to come upon a pretty dangerous spot right now, though, because this is actually the first major boss in the game. Or that we're running into anyway. So I'm going to save. And we're going to break the barrier. And we're going to see who we get to face. If it's Rappy King, I'm dancing. Because that is the rule. Nope, we have Devars. So Devars is... he's completely physical. So we're going to go ahead and cast Vision. You're going to War Cry to boost your attack. We're going to Snow Crown. So all of Devars' attacks can actually be mitigated through Snow Crown. And actually, here right back up, you got Talele. Talele will actually reduce the attack power of the enemy if it hits. Something that also was available in vanilla, but bosses were not able to be hit by it, and that did not hit. Okay, so this is actually pretty bad right now. Disrupt Arm actually hurts. So we're going to have you recover. Hey, you got a Miracle. Do I have any heals? You do have Geisar, though, so there is something there. Let's go ahead and actually back up. You can attack, you can Geisar. Lele did not work, so we're actually going to go ahead and... actually, no, that's not going to work. Chaz has Flame Sword. I just remembered that. It's like, oh yeah, crap. Chaz has Flame Sword. So I need to actually hope for normal attacks. Disrupt Arm is going to eat through... There we go. Is going to eat through a lot of my attacks. And I'm actually just going to try and burn up much. I'm going to try and out-damage the boss. I have basically 2 more charges of Geisar. I have 2 miracles from Grizz. And hope that Grizz can outturn it. And there's a Disrupt Arm. Let's go ahead. Actually, you can survive, but that felt like a rather low roll. Let's go ahead. Geisar is the... you know, I remember the other thing I was going to do for this as well. I was actually going to change the names of the abilities, because one thing that Phantasy Star is known for is having really weird names for their abilities. With the randomizer, you can actually choose the cosmetic option to make those names more readable for like for like those who are more familiar with like Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest is a bad example, but because they have some pretty weird names too. For some of theirs, there's another Swift Helm. So nothing there except for some bosses. Let's see. That leaves out. Let's go ahead and pull up height. I have Air Castle available. I have Curran available. I have a Climate Center available. I have level 20. Curran would probably be my next destination. Let me check the hunting board again. Yeah, I can't go to Nervous because I don't have the Psycho Wand yet. And, you know, I'll be darned if I remember what I was talking about. Nope, completely gone. I'm sorry, everybody. my brain's a little like... eh. I am the developer. I get ideas and things from everybody else, but I'm the only one that actually works on this. And this is... I did have a randomizer long ago that it shuffled things around, but it was still a linear game. It was still everything that was in vanilla. You couldn't change the character. You couldn't do a lot of things, but it was still it was more of a shuffler. And then as soon as I learned assembly, and as soon as I learned how to do assembly, I picked apart the game. I tried a few things. They called me dummy a few hundred times. I'm still mad at the game for it, by the way. But you know, you learn to live and remember it's a machine. It's not hurt your feelings. Let it. And this is what we have today. I do have some other things that will some other features that are coming up in 4.0. This is 3.6.4. No, I can't even remember, but the last version I had. Version 4.0 is actually going to introduce a class system. Is the biggest thing, and so basically every character is going to have different classes that will be randomized, so you'll know what skills and abilities they can learn. But for example, Chaz, he can be a warrior, he could be a paladin. Alice could be a cleric or a samurai. Actually, no, she can be an assassin. Healing up. I am actually not using macros. I probably should be. Oh, this is not a boss I wanted to see. This is not a boss I wanted to see. So I actually really have to hope I can hit it hard enough to... I have to hit it. I have to hit this thing really hard. So give me one moment. If you got anything to add, now would be a good time.
Yes, actually, I would like to remind everyone that we have one incentive open that hasn't been met yet, which is the Disney's 102 Dalmatians Puppies to the Rescue Get Priscilla the Pig's birthday present. So if we don't meet this, we are not gonna get Priscilla the Pig's birthday present, and that just sounds sad, doesn't it? We are
that sounds very sad.
Right? Everyone deserves a birthday present, and we're at...
Yes.
We're at 110 out of 1,000, and that run is gonna be kinda soon, so we don't have that much time. So if you if you wish to donate and you want to choose an incentive, I would consider looking into this one. And that being said, I would like to read one anonymous donation, $25, saying, "Thanks for the great run, LadyStarbird. Donation goes to Runner's Choice."
Very much. What was I going to say? Okay, so Rephase actually scares me a little bit, but I just remembered, and the reason he is McGee, he only has the one ability. The reason it's not doing that much damage is because this is actually a very low mental spot. So basically, mental is the same as the intelligence stat in like every other RPG. This is like, the stat is 1. It's literally 1. So there's like no scaling whatsoever. I forgot about that, and there's really nothing to worry about. If he were in, like, Soldier's Island, I would be scared. I mean, I'm scared to see him anyway. This is a boss no one really wants to see. So, unlike in Vanilla, because in Vanilla, this boss had max HP, and you faced him one-on-one with Chaz, and it was a rather difficult boss to get around. Because his stats scale with where this is, he actually has Dark Force 1 stats, and which means HP as well, and it's gone. And we have a laser barrier. That is still not what I want. So at this point, even though I'm getting some levels, I am kind of still hunting for items. And my next spot, I will probably take a look at Climate Center here on the Solus. There's 2 bosses there, 1 item I can actually get. At the same time, I'm trying to figure out in my head, because I'm actually not using a tracker today. Or for myself, excuse me. There is a tracker on the screen, and I just remembered I probably should also check my other incentives. We actually have Talk to Meow, Hangar, Mile Ranch, and Rescue Demi done. I need the Alcidian, the Cycle Wand, the Eclipse Torch still. Rappy Cave is a little out of my level for comfort right now, so I'm not going there just yet. Ice Digger, thank you. Let's go. We're gonna quick save here, and we're gonna fight a boss as soon as we enter this dungeon. Okay, so another one of the random bosses. Nothing really to worry about. Queen, Snow Crown. I think you're weak. Actually, no, you're weak to Tandle. I don't know why. Swift Helm. I should be fine though. This thing does not have any AoE attacks. I should be fine. However, casting Guy Watt on Grizz is not... I don't like that. That is not fun. Attack, you're gonna handle again, and this actually should be a quick fight. Oh, you have Guy Sire now. Wow, you got Guy Red. Okay, Chaz designated healer. I'm calling it now, unless I can get someone with Ataraxia as well, which... I think Grizz is the only one that can actually get Ataraxia, so I gotta be really careful of that. Would you stop hitting Grizz? Grizz, okay, so Grizz is taking a lot of damage because he's actually weak to ice. So, of course, all his disguise attacks are ice. So you're gonna see Kira's not gonna take nearly as much damage. Grizz, however, is very squishy when it comes to ice. Other than that, not a bad boss. Yes, though random encounters is turned off. Unfortunately, right now I don't have a way where you can change, like in Free Enterprise, I believe you can actually swap on random encounters. I don't have that ability right now. I have some ideas, but nothing has actually turned out right. So maybe in the future at some point I'll put it in, but I've got a lot. I've got a lot of things I'm actually working on right now. I would love to be able to make this actually into a web-based randomizer, but that's a little beyond my skill level at the moment as well. I am looking into Django though, so hopefully I'll be able to figure that out. And alright, so another easy one. You are completely magic, so I'm actually going to go ahead and buff up. I do have an extra Swift Helm. I actually have Sander now, so I can actually do that. Gift Rika. So until I get the Alcidian, Chaz is probably just going to sit around. He does have Flame Sword, but there's only a couple bosses where Flame Sword is actually going to be handy against, and this is not one of them. This is a boss where we're just going to pelt with strong attacks. Rika, Grizz, Kira's going to use Legion, and I still use Crosscut, but I'm not going to try and put any effort into you. So the reason I use Warcry actually increases the attack power of the caster by a motor rank. That's an agility plus. Hang on, I'm thinking real quick. I'll get back to the agility. Give that to you. What was I talking about? I'm sorry, my brain just... Crosscut. Dude, I now need to think of where I'm going. Alright, let's go to Air Castle. I'm saving before going to Air Castle because this can still hang up. Like that. So that is still something I haven't figured out either. It would basically take 2 minutes for it actually to load, but if you actually go from a fresh load, you'll warp right there. So I don't know what caused it. Warcry, thank you. So Warcry increases the attack power of the caster by whatever their strength is. Grizz has the highest strength in the game. So Grizz having Warcry with the Victor Axe, for some of these bosses later in the game, he's actually gonna be hitting for like 600 damage, which is amazing considering you have a 999 damage limit. So Air Castle, anyone who's played the vanilla knows Air Castle is the longest dungeon in the game. No one likes going through it. I made it a little bit easier by removing the first set of barriers. You still need to defeat the mini boss here in order to access the inner part. But yeah, that's the worst of it. You shouldn't have to worry too much after that. So the first boss is a minor boss, so it shouldn't be that difficult. I also want to check some stats real quick as well. Okay, so Demi's strength is actually, her barrier is actually going to be stronger than, you're still going to use Snow Crown, Swift Helm. Okay, just checking stats because the buff items will raise a stat by 48. Your abilities will raise your stats based on a certain stat of the cat. Oh my god, this is not what I want to see. You can't use Snow Crown, that's right. Let's see. What do you have? Actually, let's just go ahead and get sweeping now. That's actually really good. Use Snow Crown. And you are just Legion, and you're going to sweep. So these guys actually hit hard. They can use Vol as well. Vol is an instant death attack. And we don't want to see that. However, Demi, we saw Vol, and that's why we don't want to see Vol. It didn't work on Demi because Demi is a machine. Vol only works on biological enemies. So, I need to see who has Reaver. You do not have Reaver. I think it's Chaz that has it. Yeah, Chaz has Reaver. So, yeah, this enemy is a bit annoying. This is normally where the triplets are. As long as I don't get an air slash again, I should be okay. This is actually a low strength spot, so that type of damage should be fine. Vol will not work on Demi. Haha. I don't like you. We're just gonna hit some AoEs and just take this down real quick. Go ahead and die rich. Safe. And any time for another donation?
For sure, but first I would like you to picture this. It's your birthday, and you don't get a birthday gift. You're also
sad
big,
now.
and your name is Priscilla. Aren't you sad? It's your birthday, you should get a birthday gift, right? I think you should. That's why I'm saying that we should get this incentive met for Priscilla the Pig's birthday gift. We are a little far away, and I would like to remind you, we still have this run still going, amazing run. Mario Tennis 64, Pac-Man 99, and then we get the 102 Dalmatians run. So not a lot of time, you know, if we don't donate in time, it's Priscilla's birthday is gonna be over without any gift, and that just sounds sad, doesn't it?
Yes. I'm gonna cry now. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm so emotional. Please save me from crying. I've had an emotional enough week as it is, because Alf tried destroying my AV card. He tried destroying the internet, and I'm thankful I put him back on the shelf because I didn't want him to destroy my Genesis either. So I've already had one heck of a week. I don't donate to get this pig their birthday gift.
Yeah, for
Please.
sure. And while we are at it, I would like to thank Brits for the $25 donation saying, love Phantasy Star, thanks for the awesome run.
Thank you. So this is the second wave of the air castle. Again, the counter rate's normally high. We don't have to worry about that here because I'm a genius, at least today. We do have a boss, but one good thing about the air castle is there's actually two key items that you can get from here. There's the chest before the boss, and the boss itself actually drops an item as well. And I always call it out every time I play this game. The second part of the air castle, the dungeon layout is exactly the same as Phantasy Star 1's air castle. Me being a huge Phantasy Star 1 fan, still my favorite of the series. But yet I made the randomizer for this game because this is the best in the series, in my opinion. Not my favorite, but it is the best in the series. This one also, I think a lot of other people will agree that this is probably one of the best games, if not the best game, on the Genesis. One of the must-plays on the console. There's a dragon here, so I can get the last guard mail. I don't know if I want to use the time. Hi, Lashik. Are you really Lashik, though? No, we have King Rappy, though. So, obligatory dance if I can actually do it. You may notice the music's a little different, and the reason being is this music's so fitting with it. Where's the Swift Helm? Thank you. So, We at least got to see the fat chocobo today. That was the one thing I was hoping that would happen. We get to see it. So, King Rappy is weak to fire, and so this is actually one case where Chaz is actually going to be very beneficial. Lightning and go ahead. Crosscut. Rika should, of course, Rika. You need to outturn. Rika, you're not even going fast enough today. Fastest character in the game can't outturn Chaz to give him shift. So shift is an attack buff. We like seeing that. Actually, go ahead. This is actually not a high attack spot, and yes, required. This is required dancing territory. So everybody, spam your best dance emotes because this music is so fitting for our beloved King of the Terrors, as he is known as. Isn't the Rappy King so adorable? I don't like having to kill it too, but I have no choice. Because I think it's hiding something. I hope it is, because I'm running out of options. Okay, so Earthquake hits a little bit hard, but it's nothing I'm going to worry about. We're just going to kind of mash through this and find out. Okay, Neon Gray, I do love 3. 3 is an awesome game that does not get enough attention, enough love, and I would love to make a randomizer of that, but I think I've got my hands full at the moment with this. Yes, there's the dance emotes I've been looking for. Listen, doesn't this music just fit? He does have quite a bit of HP though, so... okay, so I actually do heal here. Let's go ahead, you got Guy Style, let's go ahead and use it, and... I am hoping to find a guard rod soon. But... And Rappy King's dead. Bye Rappy King, we love you. We'll see you again. And the Cycle Wand. So I do have one of the key items I need. So Cycle Wand has been obtained. So we're going to go ahead and do Nervous now. One bad thing though is... Oh wait, I can go to Matavia. So what happens is... There are 5 places you can fly to, but there's actually only room for 4 on the list. I tried expanding it, I can't. So... because there's only 4, whatever planet you are on, you are not able to fly to. So where I used the Aero Prison Wall on Dazorus, I could not fly there, because the game still thinks that I'm on Dazorus. That was the only way I could work with it. So yes, we are in Nervous now. I don't need the Cycle Wand anymore. I can't get rid of it, but that is Rune and Rajo's best weapon. Rods have been buffed, but... what else was I going to say? I don't remember that. That's my common thing. Anyone who's watched me stream knows probably one of my most common lines is, what was I saying? What was I talking about? I don't remember where I was going. This is why I am not in the tournament race. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of tournaments, we are actually going to be hosting pretty soon the inaugural words Phantasy Star 4 Profound Disorder Randomizer Tournament. That'll be happening middle of September. There's still time for signups. If this is interesting to you, we do have a Discord. I don't know if I gave anybody a link to it though, but we do have a Discord. We have a website for the randomizer. We definitely welcome any and all runners of any skill level. The Rune Open, yes, that's what it's called. So the gimmick of the tournament is every seed has Rune in it. And that was voted on by the players as the favorite character. And so, yeah, everyone's got Rune. So this is Zio. Wow, this actually is Zio. Okay, everybody, this is the line you gotta say. Is this even randomized? And short answer, yes, it is. But so this is actually going to be very much similar. Where's this Switel? We're going to actually have you use the crystal. No crown. No crown. There you are. Thank you. So this is normally where Zio is. Not exactly a tough boss at level 30. But all I gotta do is really just keep up my barrier. He used a lot of magic. He does have one normal nasty attack, but we're also gonna see Riz here actually just decimate Zio. You are going to Rika. And so yeah, 325. That wasn't even on a crit. I just realized I need Demi to cast Vision as well. So Vision, unlike in vanilla, Vision scales off the caster's strength. So we definitely like having that up. What Vision does is it increases Dexterity. Dexterity contributes to critical attacks. So you can see Grizz hit a crit, and he went from like 320 something to 416 damage. So we welcome that. And Zeo's a pushover with the best gear in the game. This won't take long at all. However, if you don't have a crystal or the Cycle 1 and you go into Zeo, you can't damage him, and he will kill you every chance he gets. Repair kit, so that's nothing. So I am now running out of options again. I'm pretty sure I've cleared out all of Matavia except for soldiers. I don't want to go to soldiers right now. 31. Let's go ahead and try out Rycross. I do have Rappy Cave. I just remembered that. That's one of my objectives too. Let's go ahead, teleport to Termi, and we're gonna actually go to where the Rappy normally is, and not find the Rappy. Because we already killed the Rappy. Yes, this is actually a rather short dungeon, even in vanilla. Of course, the only monsters in here are Rappies, and they're adorable. Rappies are love. So we got and I do want at some point to change the sprites for these things, because, I don't want to fight the bird again. Okay, so this is Dark Force 3. And, this actually could be a bit dangerous because this is actually a fairly high attack spot. Oh, hi! You got Metis now. Nice. This is a fairly high attack power spot. His stick could actually do quite a bit of damage. However, actually, I didn't even use Snow Crown. Every time he attacks, he's... I'm just going to eat my words now. I was going to say every time he uses a stick to attack, he is going to miss. But what happens? He hits Grizz. Thanks, game, for proving me wrong. So let's go ahead. He's actually going to take quite a bit of damage here. This should be fine. Oh, shoot. I meant to cast Shift. This is going to be a straightforward fight. So if we have any donations, that'd be a good time as well.
Yeah, actually, we got a donation from MC Namara, $25, saying, "Great job, I hope to play this randomizer someday." And I agree to that. I'm really interested in playing this randomizer someday. So I was wondering, do you have any tips for beginners, like where to start maybe, since you developed the randomizer?
Well, let's see. Where would I begin? Well, first would be the website, which I wish I had a link. I don't know if any... Well, actually, I know... We'll get that information. Just DM me or any of the other community members. We'll figure out a way to get that link to you. Now, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, I was actually playing this run. As far as do begin, take the game slow if you can. For starters, it helps if you have a little bit of knowledge of the game. I remember now what I was talking about earlier. I don't think I actually mentioned it, but if you actually have never played this game originally and you don't know, nice, just progress. Rappy Cave is done, by the way. If you've never played the game before and all the abilities look weird to you, because really, what's SAR? Really? You actually can turn on the alternate ability names. And what that will do is change it so SAR would become heal at that point. Foy, which is the fire technique, hey, it would actually be fire. So I did that so that newcomers, especially if they're more familiar with traditional naming conventions like what Final Fantasy does, so that they would be able to play this game and not have any issues. And the best thing is that if you want to race somebody and you like the alternate name, you can actually race somebody with the alternate names. They can play with original names and you'll still be on the same seat. So it's one of those quality of life things that I said, let's get some people who are not familiar with this series, but they still love the Mega Drive, they still love the Genesis, and get them in there. Now, as far as beginner strategies, the website as well is also a really good resource for bosses, abilities, characters, items. So So if you don't know what something does or that it could actually do something, that's a good place to start as well. Learning your characters a little bit. It helps if you do have a little bit of knowledge from vanilla, but it's not required. And okay, so we got a desert leech here. That Alice really transformed herself. As far as anything else goes, all right, I'm trying to menu real quick as well. That is candle. I want leech. Thank you. There's and join the Discord. It's always welcome as well. Everybody on that Discord server is 100% willing and able to help. And we have brought on a lot of people that have... I don't know why I'm buffing so much. We've brought on a lot of people that were brand new, and they're now running really good times. Some of them are even going to participate in the randomizer tournament coming up. And overall, we're very friendly, we're very warm. And I couldn't have asked for a better community. So if you've loved playing vanilla as a kid, or yesterday, or whenever, and you want to try this game, give it a little more, give it a little new love, this is definitely a way to go. There's a couple different modes of play as well. It is Snow Crown. Okay. There's a couple different modes of play as well. I still need to find the Eclipse Torch. So this is what's known as the Hunter's Mark mode, which is the objectives. And once you get the 8 objectives done, you can go to the final dungeon and finish the game. Okay, we'll go to Courage Tower next. The other mode right now is what's known as Ring Hunt. Ring Hunt is just as it seems. You have to find the 8 rings. There are 5 rings, not 8 of them. Once you find the 5 rings of the game, which are the Algo Ring, Boda Ring, Rhycross Ring, Palmer Ring, and the Dizo Ring. Once you get all 5 of those rings, the final dungeon opens. They can be anywhere, but it's a bit more. I would probably go with that before the objectives if you're brand new to it, because it does give you an idea of what the randomizer is about, what to expect, and you can keep track of the 5 rings a lot easier because they have the word ring in their name. Oh, someone said hydrate. Awesome. Thanks for the reminder. So here in Courage Tower, it's a really high mental spot. But we have Dark Force 3. This is Dark Force 1. And we're going to go ahead and get our buffs going. Oh, you got Saint Fire. Nice. Saint Fire is actually going to do more damage than Legion here. I need... So, the good news is Chaz is actually pretty beefy. He's got the Alcidian. Did I actually equip it, though? I guess I'll find out. All of his attacks, though, scale with strength or attack, so this actually is not going to be a really tough fight to work with, which I'm actually glad. This has actually been a very and I do have the Alcidian equipped, so let's go ahead and shift yourself. And yeah, we're just going to plug away at this boss. You're going to see Grizz do a really good chunk of damage here. Look at that, 489. But yeah, these actually do nothing. So if there's any there's room for donations at this point.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I just received some very sad news. So apparently, Priscilla she's wearing her birthday hat in the game because it's her birthday. And in game, we ask her why she's sad, and she says it's because it's her birthday, but she doesn't have a present. So if we meet the incentive, we can get her a present and make her day. But if we don't meet the incentive, we just leave. And she will be sad forever because of her birthday. And that just broke my heart. And if that broke your heart too, please consider donating towards this incentive. We don't have that much time before that run because the next couple runs are super quick. I don't know if you realize it's like 6 minutes long, 3 minutes long. It's gonna be there super fast, and then it's gonna be 102 Dalmatians time, and then suddenly there's gonna be a sad pig. So I really want to make sure everyone is aware that we can make her day if we meet this incentive. We're still a bit far away. We need 1,000. We are at 185. so I'm sorry for bringing such sad news. I'm gonna read a nice donation out to make you a little happier. We have Patrick with $20 saying, spent so much time with this game so long ago. So cool that it's being randomized. Which you have LadyStarbird to thank for that.
Hi. You're welcome, I think. Unless you're complaining, then I'm like, we're gonna just blame Dumpster Player for that. Okay, so Saluz is here. So Saluz is normally the boss of Courage Tower, but he's in Strength Tower, which is actually really good because all of his attacks scale with Mental. And because his attacks scale with Mental, oh, look at what Rika's got. Hello. I like that melody. Actually, and you have Santa? You do have Santa. And I did not actually heal up because I didn't feel like I needed to. And we're just going to go ahead and buff everybody up. This should actually be a really easy fight because this has like no Mental on this spot. So, yeah, this is not going to be a really... I'm actually, right now the only item I'm actually looking for is the Eclipse Torch. And the Eclipse Torch will let me enter Garbage Tower, Gruberg Tower. We call it Garbage Tower for a reason, and everybody who's played either vanilla or even the randomizer knows why we call it Gruberg Tower, why we call it Garbage Tower. And there's a... Legion still hurt a little bit, but it's still not that bad. You can vision it more. I'm just going to go ahead and hit everybody. Rika's angry, and yeah, this is what's known as anyone who has McGee. It's the strongest technique in the game. It costs a ton to use. I probably won't be using it a whole lot because she does have the Silver Tusk, but I did want to at least demonstrate it here. Hello, she can actually hit pretty darn hard. And this won't be a difficult fight at all. I'll see if I can catch up with chat. But, yeah, so the Alcidian normally will cast Holy Word, which is a particular instant death ability. Again, you can't instant death in this particular seed, but I did remove it. Holy Word is actually its own element. There's only a few bosses in this randomizer actually. Oh, nice, we got Regan. Regan is nice. I wish someone would have Ataraxia, though. That would just make my day. Why am I collecting these? Here's the palm ring. So, unfortunately, we are down to the one place I did not want to go. I gotta go to Soldier's Island. So, the reason I don't like Soldier's Island, it has the highest stat line for all bosses. So, highest HP, highest strength, highest mental. Any boss that's there is dangerous. And the only two key items I'm missing are the Eclipse Torch and the Valhalla key. Because if the Eclipse Torch isn't here, then it's in Valhalla Fort. So I'm going to get one of the two, if not both of the items here that I need to finish the seed. So, Soldier's Island. This is normally where we meet Seth. No Seth here. And unfortunately, Seth didn't even get one donation towards him. And I just want to say to everybody, thank you. Thank you for not putting Seth in this seed. I love Seth as a character, but he's very limited on what he can do. So, yeah, I am thankful no one picked Seth. However, I was really pushing to get Alice into the seed as well. Because if we had Alice instead of Chaz, then we would have had the 4 women that are in this game for this seed, and Grizz, because, everyone likes a teddy bear bird thing. Whatever Grizz, I don't know what Grizz is exactly. He's blue, he's fluffy, he's cute, and he has a really big axe. And, okay, Dark Falls. I'm glad we actually get to see this one as well. So this is actually a really tough fight as well, especially with no insta-kills. Dark Falls is a rename from a monster you could fight in the final dungeon. Let's see. Let's go ahead and start. So, this is a new boss. This is not in vanilla. I've added the 2 Shadow Mirages, which are monsters that are also not in the game, and I just realized why. Mainly because there was a glitch in the animation there. And the Shadow Mirages are actually the real problem here, but they don't have a lot of HP for this particular spot, so a couple Saint Fires. We're going to go ahead and we're going to Geisar, because I think I did see a Stardust there, and we're going to try and take them down quickly. One's down. This also is, if anyone's ever played Phantasy Star 1, this is what the first Dark Falls looks like. And at this point, he's actually kind of putty in my hand. Hey, Kira's got me too. He only has a single target attack, so the real danger is the Mirages. But he can still hit pretty hard with his normal attack. But he's also very weak to light, so even though he's doing a ton of damage, you can see what kind of damage we're doing to it. And I will probably heal Grizz here. Yeah, let's go ahead and heal Grizz. And go down relatively quickly. I'm trying to also think in my head where I have not been. This is actually looking to be very close to a hundo seed, and which I'm not upset about. You'll get to see basically everything in the game. I did, for everyone's reference, I did roll this seed like 10 minutes before I went live. So I have not practiced it. I haven't practiced. There's the Eclipse Torch. So we're not going to see Valhalla. I do want to see what's in here, though. Yeah, Dark Falls is also in episode 3, I think, of Phantasy Star Universe. And there's a Guard Rod. Oh, thank heaven. I did not actually find one of those. A Guard Rod is actually going to be very good, because I do lack... I mean, I have healing, but I don't have a lot of technique points to go for it. So now that I got the Eclipse Torch, we can actually go to the to Garbage Tower and get the last dungeon going. While I'm on my way to the final dungeon, if you have anything to add with donations or public service announcements, that would be great.
Oh yeah, certainly. We have a 25 anonymous donation saying dogs deserve presents, which I agree with. Apparently today is Dog Day, International Dog Day. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Right? I didn't either. So what a great day to have a donations run. And I really hope that Priscilla the Pig gets her gift, because everyone deserves a gift on their birthday.
Yes, they do.
And also we have $15 from Chess ML saying, I never played any Phantasy Star games, but seeing this is making me want to check them out. Thanks for the great run.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. I do my best, at least with this anyway. I will say, if this randomizer wouldn't have gotten to where it is today had the community not been there to 100% supportive, test my crazy ideas, look for bugs, and so shout outs to not only the Phantasy Star Fortis or Profound Disorder community, but the Phantasy Star Friends as well, which was the server that this was on as well for Discord. It was just a Phantasy Star speedrunning server that I made quite a few years ago, and they basically kept me going. So the entire Phantasy Star 4 community. Shoutouts also to the RPG Valkyries for being the best friends I could ask for. Being a real rock when I needed it the most, especially in very trying times. Thank you all for watching as well, because without you, we wouldn't have had at least the $400 to get this team going, and everything going towards the Malala Fund is very much welcome. So thank you all, and also for just watching and cheering me on. I actually was very nervous coming in. If it didn't show, I was more nervous coming into this game than anything else. I've done GDQ before. I've done a lot of Alph runs. I was not this nervous with Alph, and Alph is, Alph. But I was nervous coming into this, no pun intended, because of the nervous dungeon. I was nervous coming into this because this was more than 2 years worth of my, cliche, blood, sweat, and tears. And I didn't know how well it would be received. And especially this being the biggest stage that this has actually been on. And the fact that everyone's been so supportive of me. As soon as I hit stop stream, I'm probably gonna cry a lot because that's what I do. But anyways, on a happier note, we're going to the final boss here. Is this even randomized? So this is actually where Dark Force 2 normally is. I only need to use Barrier here. We'll go ahead with Saner. Kira's going to go ahead with St. Fire, and Chaz will go ahead and himself. So yeah, this one is... So the one boss we did not see today was Lashik, which I'm actually kind of glad Lashik was not in. Oh yeah, the Discord's name is the Profound Discorder. So... shoutouts for puns, I guess. So, the reason why I did not want to see this boss in Soldier's Island is because of Shadow Breath. Shadow Breath, you saw, just took a huge chunk out of Demi. This actually is a spot where it doesn't do that much damage. And everyone should be fine, although Rika will die if she takes a Shadow Breath. Shadow Breath, if Dark Force 2 is at Soldier's Island or even at Rappy Cave, will one-shot just about anybody. It scales that much. It's that powerful. And, okay, Evil Eye, that's a free turn. I don't think I cast Vision because you had to heal. Claw. You got Mickey. Why are you not using it? I know why she's not using it, because I told her not to. Yeah, it's basically Bad Breath, except you don't get status effects except Death. Death is the only status effect you get from Shadow Breath. Yeah, Shadow Breath is the strongest single target in the game. This is actually a good spot for it to be in. You're gonna heal. As you are delegated to healing the seed, evidently. Because both Kira and Rika have McGee, and yeah, they're just gonna do a ton of damage. Shadow Breath. Yeah, I'm not too worried about Shadow Breath here. I probably should slow down on McGee, though. This actually has a lot of HP. Yeah, Dark Force 2 is actually the scariest of all of them. Not only because he's a spider, but just because his attacks scale so much with strength that it's not even funny. Although I am laughing at it. And with that, that's the last objective. So the edge opens up, and we can go right to it. And there's the Valhalla key. Okay. So let's get out of here. We're at 42. That is more than enough to finish the game. I do want to make a pit stop in Iato, though, because I do want to get some items. So no, Tono had the perfume shop. So even though I was hunting for a magic lamp, I ended up not needing it. Aw, thanks for enjoying the Alf run. I love Alf. I hate it, but I love it. Just because it's a game. I'm still trying to push for that sub 5 minutes, which I'm actually really close to. But it's also programming for this also demands a lot of my attention as well. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to just do some shopping real quick. If you have anything else to add, we're going to be making the final push here soon, and we'll be done.
Alright, I'll read a last donation. Triple R Deuce with $25 saying, Phantasy Star 4 is my favorite RPG of all time. Thank you for bringing a new spin to the game.
You're welcome. I do have that Dragon's Tear, but I don't know if I actually want to turn it in. There's the magic lamp. I don't need it anymore. So everyone got their ultimate weapons. Everybody got everything. It was almost a full clear. I didn't do Valhalla. There was only a minor boss there. Not a big deal. I do have a palm ring. Do I want to give it to you? Yeah, we'll give it to you. So we're going to go ahead and... I sold all that stuff. I didn't buy anything. Okay, Stardews are cheap here. So prices are randomized. And they can go from anywhere from 50% to 150% of their normal value. And Stardews are pretty cheap here. So I am taking them because I am... Oh yeah, I can't use Highness here. I knew that. Let's see. Let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and heal one more time, and then we're going to make the final plunge. into the final dungeon. So the final boss is, of course, the Profound Darkness. And nothing I can do to change that. And nothing changes about the boss, even with, or nothing scales. It's still the same fight as you remember. So there is one ability that we don't want to see from the third phase of Profound Darkness, and that is canceling. Canceling will remove all of our buffs. And if it removes all of our buffs, then that includes our speed and all of our magic defense. There is a good chance that immediately after it uses canceling, it will use Magid. And at this level, I should be fine. But normally, if you see canceling, you're panicking that Magid's coming next and it will wipe you out. That's known as the Wombo combo. So, anybody in chat, I want you, a number between 0 and I don't care how many. Don't quote me on that, that's not a number. Between 0 and 10, we'll say. How many cancelings am I going to get on phase 3? And the winner will be... You'll win. That's all it is to it. So I'm actually going to use macros now. I actually don't use them a whole lot because I don't know what's coming up. So I can't really prepare for it. I can make a generic... I do want to check the stats real quick, though. You can make generic buff macros to save a little bit of time. I tend not to. Your mental is still low, so wow, you're still going to be using... Kira does? How many charges of blessing? You only have the one. This... I don't have the diesel ring. That was what was in... do I have a side crown, though? I guess so. I'm just trying to think. So she's actually not going to be able to cast... Okay. So, I'm sorry, I'm muttering to myself right now. So Demi's got barrier. You're going to go ahead with... Snow Crown. You're going to Swift Helm. You are going to Warcry and do something. Yeah, I got so many leeches right now, so I'm funny. Saint Fire will actually do more damage though. I need a healing macro. So single target healing macro. Does anybody have Nave Res? You do not. You have Naysar though, so that's actually really good. Charges of Medicine. I'm sorry, I am kind of talking to myself. She's at 4, not really enough to do macro. You have Nate Res, so you'll do that. Legion. Back. Go ahead with a couple of cover. Guard Rod, I did get that. So what macros do, basically these are predetermined commands that you set up beforehand, and you can use them in battle. So it'll actually go down the line in the order that I put them in, and you'll be able to use it from there. Agility usually plays an important role in that as well. Riz is still my hardest hitter. Let's go ahead with Rika, Stardew, Demi. Cover. Hero with Guard Rod. This is actually kind of similar to a setup in Vanilla. For healing, then we're going to have Crosscut. That should be enough. I'm actually going to save before the boss, because one thing about this, you can save anywhere. Saving anywhere is lovely. Because normally you can only save outside of dungeons. Otherwise, I'd have to walk this again. So here we go. Final boss. I am probably well overestimate, but... I also almost had to hundo this scene, and I was kind of distracted myself talking. Alright, so Demi gets barrier off fast, which is awesome because we need barrier to come up first. Demi's actually not as slow as everyone thinks she is, but I still would rather have Ren. Barrier scales off the strength of the caster, so that being said, shift yourself. Go ahead with here, we're going to go ahead and shift you. And everyone should be buffed up. With everyone with their light weapons, I didn't equip Akira with the Moon Slasher. The Moon Slasher is also light elemental in this game. However, the Moon Slasher can actually cast Reaver as well in this version, an infinite amount of times. So, it's basically a free Mundo. So with Vision, increasing dexterity, everyone's going to crit, except Demi, but androids can't scale off dex. And yeah, this because I have such good armor and it's not really using a lot of strong abilities. Phase 1 actually should be over here in just a moment. The reason why Laser Breath only did 1 damage to Kira is actually equipped with a Plasma Field. Plasma Field completely negates laser elemental damage, so yeah, that's why I put it on her. And from here, we're just gonna... Unfortunately, I don't think Demi... You don't have Positron, do you? No, you have medical power, though, so that can actually come in handy. Handle and attack. So, yeah, phase 2, I'm gonna guess 4, maybe 5 turns, as long as it goes okay. It does have some really strong attacks. And this is where the macros come in handy. So, healing macros, especially single target, they will target the first legal target, as I call it, that can receive the heal, and also the... Let me rephrase that, I'm sorry. It targets the character in your party with the lowest percentage HP from their total, as long as they are a valid target. So Rez cannot heal androids because androids can't be healed by techniques. And now, it's jam time. That was actually a really quick fight. And we're going to go ahead and crosscut here. So the first attack from Profound Darkness 3 is always going to be McGee. And this is when it starts to hurt. So we're going to go ahead and use our macro. Rika, being our fastest character, is going to use Stardew. Demi will recover. Here with the guard rod. Chaz, Riz attacking. Riz still hitting like a truck. And there's one. So we get a canceling right off the bat. And there's the Wombo combo. So let's see how bad this... Everyone lived, so that's actually really good. Oh. This game. Okay, so I'm actually going to go ahead and use... oh, you're out of sync. That's fine. Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Yeah. I know, Cav, already. One. Just one. So, we got one canceling. Everyone's almost topped off, but I am going to manually do a couple things here. I do want to shift Chaz. Let's go ahead and guard rod with you. Bring everybody up. Stuff. I at least want Chaz and Grizz buffed right now, because they are going to be my primary damage dealers. Rika can actually still pull out quite a bit of damage with Silver Tusk. H. And I can put these anywhere. I have my own way of doing things. Everyone has their actually own... Yeah, level 42 you should be able to survive. Everyone actually has Guard or Laconia as well. Laconia armors actually have increased... the Laconia male and... Laconia male actually has increased magic resistance. Because there's 2. Alright, we got 2 right now. And wow, Grizz got outturned. Alright, so I can't macro because I was silly and did that. So Warcry, you're going to go ahead. No crown. You're going to... And... Wait, do you have anything that I can buff with? You have Sashu, that's not got it though. Yeah, listen. And you Snow Crown, Swift Helm. Come on, Demi. Come on, Demi, I need you to hit barrier. You know what, Demi? That's twice you failed me. I got lucky there. That would have been another Wombo. Grizz, however, is now asleep. And I don't know if I have anyone with Arouse or not. We're going to go ahead and shift. I think you might have it. You do. Okay. So, go ahead and arouse. Grizz is awake. Grizz, however, has not buffed himself, though, so I do get Warcry back up. Yeah, this Profound Darkness is actually being quite rude. Again, I need to manual this right now. Buff, and... Stardew's Anyway, Stardew. Guard. Crosscut. Yeah, Demi is doing. I love Demi. I really do. Kira's always my favorite, but I do love Demi. She's just so cute. I love just her walking animation. Like, wait for me, please. I do have little legs. Alright, so as long as we don't get any more cancelings, this shouldn't be that difficult of a fight. I'm keeping everybody kind of topped off, but playing it safe for the most part. And run this macro over and over. McGee is what I want to see. Because I can just quickly click the macro and be done with it. That being said, I don't have vision up, I just realized. But nothing I can really do about it, so it isn't going to get really as hard as Chaz. Rika's pretty reliable. Kira's pretty reliable for speed. So the reason you want to get your, especially your Sanner or your agility buffs up, so that you can heal before they have a chance to attack again, because RNG is a wonderful, wonderful thing in this game. RNG is, I believe, it rolls anywhere from 1 to 65,000 something every frame. So, and I almost ran. That was actually dangerous. So, yeah, you're gonna run. No, I need you to have that. Oh, and that's time. Oi, that was quite a scene. Almost had to hundo it though. Oh, I'm sorry if it took longer than expected. What time is it? Yeah, definitely that free turn at the end, because androids can't be put to sleep, they can't be stunned, they can't be insta-killed by normal means anyway. But, anyways, yeah, that is... Hey, I wonder who that person is. I should talk to her sometime. Get the end credits here, it just goes right to the end credits. We've got some credits of the contributions. Again, I could not have done this without the support of all the testers, all the members, all the runners. My best friends, shout out to Lordy Irony as well. Hope they're watching, because I did say, hey, Pokemon Arceus was before me, I hope you're watching. And then it lists at the end of it where everything was. So, yeah, this game, because it had 4 items that I needed, I had to go through a lot of it. Glad I at least didn't have to hundo it, but it was pretty good. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to message me. I'm on Discord here. I do hope to see more people come on to this. A lot of people are like, hey, I never knew this had a randomizer. I'm sorry, I'm bad at advertising. Since I don't even think I advertised myself for this. But other than that, everyone, I appreciate you all coming along today. Thank you so much for your love and support and for supporting the Malala Fund. I hope you all enjoy the rest of the marathon. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, LadyStarbird, for that amazing run. You're watching Flame Fatales 2022, and we'll be back after a quick break. Hello everyone, welcome back to Flame Phantasy 2022, 2022, whichever you prefer. My name is tucabass, and let's read some donations, shall we? We have Wilsta with $25 saying, let's get that piggy a present. And then there's a present emoji, a piggy side profile emoji, a piggy face emoji, and a party face emoji. Very cute. I love the donation. That is, of course, in reference to our incentive to get Priscilla the pig a birthday present. We are over halfway there. We are at 540 out of 1,000, which very, very, very big. We don't have a lot of time. The party will be starting soon. So if you want Priscilla the pig to have a good birthday, please help towards this incentive if you can. Because no one deserves to have a sad birthday, right? Everyone deserves a good birthday with a gift. So definitely consider donating towards that incentive. We also have a donation from Cult of Waluigi, $25 saying, Flaming Waluigi fact. Waluigi's most major roles was in Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix, where he stepped out of the shadow of the other series villains and antagonized the Mario Brothers all on his own, but his first appearance was in the hit N64 game Mario Tennis 64. Basically, he loves athletics. Mario Tennis 64. That sounds like an interesting game. I would like to watch a run of that game. Oh, how convenient. We have our very own tennis champion right here, Susie G-Force. And they're ready for some Mario Tennis 64 Mushroom Cup singles. Take it away.